just want to, before I start this out, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. This right here is about my story that happened in Pocahontas. There we go. Pocahontas, Arkansas is a back when I lived in there, about when I was 18 years old, it was like 2,000 people. But now it's like double that. And eventually they knew I was going to tell my story, and that's what I'm going to do. When I was 18 years old, I went through and moved to Pocahontas because I was in foster care from age 12 to 18. And what happened is I moved in with my mom. Me and my mom, I ain't gonna get into details with my mom because I don't put her down, but me and my mom couldn't get along. So I went to the ER, and this guy named Mr. Reagan, he was a doctor. He went through and kind of took me under his wing and stuff. And anyways, he helped me. He tried to help me, but I was young and dumb, and I'm 32 now. But this ain't about the story of my whole life. This is so you can understand what I was trying to say in that video, where I says don't help the cops out, because what they did to me in that cell was wrong. It was totally wrong, and they're gonna pay for it. But see, I had a house, I had a car, I had a computer business, and some people decided to go rob a house and bring $40 back to my house. Well, I was just amazed because at the time I was out of my mind. I mean, I have problems. I gotta take medication and stuff like that. And anyways, I really wasn't coherent for court, and they went through and blindsided me because I lost everything and I was trying to get it all back. They said, if you sign this plea deal, you can get out of jail today. That's illegal. There's no justice in Pocahontas. None at all. And I'm going back because they kicked me out and kicked me out and kicked me out. But I'm going to go back, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go back before I do the rest of the story. I'm going back because of the simple fact that they went through and know better, for one, and for two, I was born there. Now, when I was 18 and stuff, yeah, I did drugs. I was meth out. I mean, you can look at some of my videos and tell, but look at me now. I got a little bit of weight on me. I'm 333 pounds now, 6'4". I live in a group home. It got so bad I had to leave because that's another story about Mid-South over there. But I have never, honestly, I have never helped out the cops because they asked me to. Matter of fact, I was at 1902 Dogwood, and they said, well, if you go through and help us out, we can make some charges disappear. Because at the time I took this dude named Rocky. I can't say his last name, so I don't think I'm supposed to, but this dude named Rocky, I got his credit card, and I got some money off of it. Yeah, I was guilty. I paid for it. But anyways, I admit that I was wrong on a lot of things, but they could not stand it that I guess because they had to work, I was drawing a check, a computer business, a house. They had to destroy me. That's what most of them cops do over there is they destroy you. And anyways, if you look right here, I don't know if you can see it or not because it's a little bit off, but I got inventions in my hands. And eventually I'm going to the news about this. This is going to be a big deal. I'm just slowly progressing. You can't really see the scar, but it's still there. I had it for like 6 months almost when I was in Washita Rivers. Yeah, I went to prison, but when I was inside that jail, this dude named Johnny Neighbors went through, was the head jailer, and I can't remember the sheriff's name now, but they was running the show. And anyways, I had some problems in the back, so I went through, well, the back of the B pod and A pod, and they got C pod too, but I was in A pod, no, I was in B pod. And what was is the whole gang was going to jump up on me. Everybody was going to jump up on me. And anyways, I went through and I like flipped out, took a broom handle and hit the window. But before I did that, I asked that old man, which he's deceased now. I said, I need to get out of here. And they just ignored me. See, some of the police there are good people. I mean, you gotta have some kind of law, but it's not justice. What they did to me was not justice, and I'm gonna continue. So I went through. I was finally. They put me into a. I was messed up. They put me into a cell, and I tore the mirror down. And finally, Too Tall is what they call him. He's like a tree. He's taller than I am. But it went through and put me up front where the drug tank is. Well, I threw my food and I told them that, they was trying to kill me and all that. And I told Johnny Neighbors it was war. And I'm at war with Pocahontas. I know it sounds silly, but what I'm into and who I know and what I've been doing is going to come out eventually through other people. But we've been slowly tearing down Pocahontas over this. But anyways, let me finish. So they put me in the drug tank. The next day, they put me in handcuffs because they're scared of me, I guess. They put me in handcuffs inside of a cell. That's not justice. That's illegal. I could have sued them, and I probably will for a lot of money, and it's going to be a big deal. But I'm going to wait till this video trends, and then I'll tell it, and y'all can comment whatever y'all want to. But the things I experienced in that jail would blow your mind. A dude, off the subject, a dude hung himself, and nobody, no news or anything happened. It wasn't no news or anything. Well, anyways, so I'm in this cell, and I'm beating on the commode and when you beat on the commode, everything rattles. The 309s was against me. All the inmates, except A Pod, was for me. We those had about to have a riot in that jail, and this dude named Mike. I ain't gonna say his last name, but I told Mike. Mike looked at me and he said, "Man," he said, "you need to go through, dude, and get out of these handcuffs." He said, "It's not right." And I asked Mike. I said, "Call the FBI." Well, anyways, the FBI came. I guess it was some guy that was, he was, um, the sheriff was waving his hands like this right here, and he looked at me and he winked at me. I figured it was the FBI, I'm not sure. But anyway, so after they left, they they took me and shackled my feet. The same guy that prosecuted, or same guy that charged me with all them charges, theft of property and all that. Man, I'm just here trying to say my piece and say what's on, you know what I mean? But they went through, man, and I believe in God. I have faith. I might not have faith of a mustard seed, but by God, I have faith. And they took me to Families Inc. Well, like I said, I was messed up. I said, I killed 26 people. And anyways, that old woman was scared, right? I scared that woman, but I didn't mean to. But anyways, they was so messed up, man. They dragged me by the handcuffs and drug me inside Families Inc. And I I said, "This is how dumb the Pocahontas guards are." And I popped up my feet, and God opened the shackles. This is the truth. Anyways, so I went through and and they couldn't help me. We went inside Families Inc. with the doctor, you know, and he's like, "You gotta be easy on him because he has cancer and all this." And I was like, "All right," you know. And it went through, and we was talking about my Bible. I said, "I got bipolar, schizophrenic. I got ADD, ADHD. I got a learning disability on top of that. And on top of that, you can ask some Keith. I didn't say his last name, but Keith and his wife took me to Little Rock, and I had a short fuse up there. It don't connect right without my medication. I was out of my mind, and they refused. They didn't even supposed to put me inside that jail. They supposed to send me straight to thing, and Families Inc. didn't help me, and what you call Mid South didn't help me either, and that's another story I'm gonna tell before I go back to Pocahontas. But anyway, so I went through and and said, "You know what? I've had enough of it." They brought me back and they reshackled me, and I mean the handcuffs was, I mean my hands turned purple, and anyways I was handcuffed, and Johnny Neighbor, or the 309s, which is the people that work inside the jail over there in Randolph, they went through, man, and put food on top. You see, it's concrete, but the way they had me shackled, no, 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 I was shackled like this, and I kept on banging. And then they finally took me out of my cell because they left me about 2 days with food, and I put crap all over the walls and everything. And they left me in there for 2 days. And anyways, after After they went through and did that, they took me out and I went inside this other room and this one guy said, I don't know his name. I wish I did, man, because what he did was wrong. But he said, I'm a black belt. Well, I said, well, hell, I'm a purple belt. Mr. Weeks taught me. And, you know, I can't say his last name because I already said his first name, but Keith taught me too in martial arts. And anyway, so they shackle my feet, shackle my hands, and the only thing I could do to defend myself, there was three of them, too tall. This other dude that was retired or was leaving the force, and this old man, and I kicked that one. He was a cop. He was ex-cop, and I kicked him in the balls. And this is after treating me with no food. This is where it happens with no food, hardly no water. They shut my water off for like 2 days, and I had to drink out of the toilet. And that's not the only place I had to do that. When Rich is gonna get theirs next. But anyway, so I went through and they put me inside the cell, or he drugged me inside the cell, and dude rushed in there and handcuffed my feet and my hands. Now they do like a hog tie. So when you put your hands up like this, they put it right in the, in between the feet. And anyways, now I will admit, and I'm being totally honest with y'all, I went through and tightened them. I tightened them for a reason, I guess. They didn't lock them down, and like I said, I was out of my mind. Now I'm in this group home and I'm taking medication and I'm actually doing good. It's called Branch Tree. But they finally, Johnny Neighbors finally took me to RPF. And what they did to me in there, I already was messed up. So the time I got to RPF, I was hearing voices. People was talking to me in my head. I mean, I was totally out of it. Totally, I mean, they had me in a cell, and I finally went to Ouachita Rivers and Malvern. They helped me out, man. That prison was great. I mean, they really helped me out. They got me on the medication and stuff. But what I wanted to tell y'all is that one video that has, and you look at the comment on this video, you're gonna see. Let me make sure the sound video is okay. Yeah, you're gonna see the video that I posted up. Now, till the day, it messed me up. And that's just one incident they did to me inside that jail. And I'm going to fight back. And if you're watching Pocahontas and the cops and Kevin Bell and all y'all, I'm going to sue y'all. So y'all get ready. And if y'all don't have camera footage, I'm suing you over that. Because I don't want to sue, but I have to. And I had to leave for my own safety out of Pocahontas. But right now, I'm just telling my story. And like I said, that video I made about don't trust the Pocahontas cops, I just want to say that I was messed up. I wasn't thinking right. As you can see the video, I was not thinking right. And so, y'all need to know that. But now I'm level headed and I'm coming back with a fight. And I got a crew and we're going Wild Wild West. I believe in justice. I believe in what Donald Trump says is make America great again. But in order to make America great again, one person has to stand up and say, this is enough. If you're watching this video, this is only one out of so many I'm going to make because I'm going to tell different episodes that I had in that jail. I want you to know that you're not alone. I'm fighting for you and you. And it's like that old saying goes, bad boys, what you gonna do when I come for you? And I'm talking to the police, the judge, all of them that prosecuted me. They're all gonna go on trial. I want to see some justice. I want to see them in jail. I want to see them go to prison. Please share this video because eventually I'm going to write a letter to KAIT in Jonesboro and it's going to be nationwide. I've already been on the news and I'm all over the internet. I got SoundCloud. I mean, I'm where I need to be. And I'm doing everything legal. And yes, I'm going to Pocahontas. I want it Ridge to get my license back. That's another story to tell you. It'll say Michael Phillippe's real story about Walnut Ridge. But you gotta understand, and I want y'all to understand that's watching this, why I'm doing this. I want y'all to know that we as the people have rights. And my life is probably going to be on the line just by posting this video. But like I said, even if they kill me off, I'm still going to go strong with the people that I've been messing with and trained for years. So if I'm gone, that's because they killed me. And that's just straight up what it is. But see, a lot of those guards that are there ain't psychologically there. They can't comprehend people like me or like anybody else. You know how many people they've treated bad in there? I'm talking about maced, tased, drop bombs in there. If you go inside the cell, you'll see dents in the ground. That's where they drop bombs on you. That's not justice, man. How are you going to go through and punish the punished that's already locked up? So, I'm going to give them justice. And like I said, if I end up back in prison, that's okay, because then I'm going to write letters to a lot of people. If I end up dead, that's fine too, because I'll go to heaven. If I survive, I hope y'all vote for me, because you could be looking, and I know it sounds crazy, but I could be the next president. Not right now, not the next one, but maybe when I'm like 60. You have to start somewhere. And I want to say, on one of these elections in Pocahontas, if you'll vote for me for sheriff, I'll make sure that your kids that go inside that jail will be treated with dignity and respect, and all the guards and all the cops will be psychologically there. They'll be drug tested every 3 days. The cops will. they'll have to go to a psych evaluation through Mid South, and they'll have to learn martial arts. I think that every cop should be a black belt. I believe I believe that in order to get this done, I'm gonna need y'all's support. I don't know how long this video is gonna last on YouTube, but I want you to know that I'm doing this not for myself, but for y'all. And I promise you, if I make any money off of this, and I probably will, I'm probably gonna own Pocahontas and want it rich, honestly, because I have the scars. I mean, I have too much evidence. I want you to know that I'm gonna put that money in good use. It's gonna, I'm, I'm gonna do a lot of things with it. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with it because, you know, people talk a lot, but I'm gonna walk it out. You better believe I keep it real. I keep it 100. I've been trained by the best dope heads to all the way to the professionals of doctors and lawyers and psychiatrists. I have, I should have a degree in psychology. I should have a degree in foster care, being a foster parent. They stripped me from my career. And then they forced Dr. Reagan to move. And all because he was gay. Now, I believe in the next person that you should believe whatever you want to believe. I don't go for the gayness. I'm straight. But I don't discriminate. And I hope people that's watching this is gay. I'm not discriminating. Because you're people too. I'm just a religious freak. But you need to watch that video in the comments and see how messed up I was. That was me off the medication. That was one incident out of, I've been in that jail ever since I was 18 years old. They've messed with me, they've messed with my mom, they even messed with my grandpa, asking him to work for him, and he said no. But you think, why wouldn't you not move out of that town? I'm gonna tell you why, because I was born there. That's my town. It's your town if you live there and you was born there. If you live there, it's your town too. People stand up. Quit letting the government and quit letting the police officers and the guards that go in there and then the prisons run over you. If it wasn't for people like us, people like you, they wouldn't be around. We don't have to put up with it. And I'm going to tell you through my YouTube videos how to stop it and how to make a change until they come and get me or stop me. But anyways, that's my story on part one. It's Michael Phillippe, real story about Phillippe, Pocahontas, Arkansas, 01. The next one's going to be 02 at the end. My name is Michael Phillippe, Michael Allen Phillippe Jr. And I can't tell you where I'm at, but I'm like a ninja. I'm like everywhere. Alright, well, y'all be good. And I got this song for y'all. I gotta entertain. I appreciate y'all watching this too. And all of y'all that's seen, I got like 2,240 something hits on that. I mean, I don't know exactly all, but anyways, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. But there is an end game to it. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna sing this song to you. What, baby? Maybe I'm supposed to dance. What's it do? Brown. What, baby? Maybe I'm supposed to dance. Alright, check this out. I know that things will always seem, nothing ever seems impossible. But if you fight, you will be on top of this world. Know that it is the truth. We are champions and we are free. 'Cause I love you, 'cause I know you, because I met you, because I seen you. You think I'm crazy? You know that I love you. Now you know me. You got to see me. Yeah. Once upon a time I was a kid, 18 years old, had nothing to do. Man, I'm gonna tell you this ain't no credits. I'm gonna make it crumb so you can listen to me too. I don't care what they really gotta say. All them haters are cops anyways. But it's the people too. Some of y'all don't like me, I understand. And some of the things that was said between me and Reverend Evans, oh well, it doesn't matter anyways. It could happen, it could not happen. Important thing is I was on top. I had a house, a car, and a computer business. But I'm gonna tell you something. Yo, Resurrection, nothing happened between us. It was all a game. Everything was the same. Everything I was doing the thing. Yeah, just go, say the thing. If you don't like me, that's okay. Better watch out, 'cause I got a crew waiting in the internet all the time. And Pocahontas is your computer's going slow. You can't do your work, you got phone calls laughing at you all the time. I know you're gonna pull me over when I ride in my car tonight. Now you know that there's a thing called love. I'm about to show you justice, 'cause I'm Superman. Oh yeah, I like that right there. I had to put that little bit in going down. Yes, I do. Check this out. It's because all the questions you asked me, it's because of what I got to do to tell you what it is. I want to tell you now that it's all the way it is. It's my business and what you did, police. You know I blame you. Because it's not you, it's the guards. But you should have did something when you was inside that cell and you told me I had to shut up. I don't care. I got freedom of speech. First lesson is freedom of speech. Yeah. Alright, well, let me see. I'm gonna play another one. It's all about you, Pocahontas. See, on my level, check this out. Yeah. Come on. I'm tired of everything that you've done. Gonna tell you now, you gonna rise up. You ain't on my level. 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 trip, man. But I'm gonna think of some more stories that these are true stories. And y'all be good. Peace out.